Talia's excitement about preparing lunch dwindled when Stephanie told her they would just make sandwiches. Talia didn't mind washing lettuce leaves and cutting tomatoes thinly, but she hoped to learn cooking techniques, and toasting bread didn't require any mastery. Stephanie smirked. "Did you expect something more elaborate?" "Yes," Talia admitted. "It is lunch, after all." In the Red Moon Pack, every meal resembled a feast for Alpha Edward, Beta Raymond, and their family members. "We don't put a lot of importance on meal ceremonies unless guests visit the pack house. Normally, I prepare breakfast and eat in the kitchen. I don't like to join them in the dining room because those three kids discuss their plans for the day, and it can get noisy." Talia agreed with this. She heard Damon, Maya, and Caden shouting that morning. Definitely noisy. "Lunch is something easy to eat since everyone stays busy and no one takes elaborate lunch breaks. Dinner feels more formal because Alpha and Betas usually have free time, and it's time to unwind, so I try to make something special, and I join them." Talia liked this casual atmosphere. It sounded like everyone belonged to the family and pulled their own weight. It differed greatly from what she saw in the Red Moon Pack. Talia felt curious about one thing. "Are you the only one preparing meals?" Considering that the Dark Howlers pack ranked as the largest pack in North America with thousands of members, she imagined numerous Omegas maintaining this massive pack house and serving the Alpha and other ranked members of the pack. Stephanie smiled at Talia. "You are helping me, right?" "Yeah, but don't you have Omegas to help?" Stephanie shrugged. "It's not a lot of work to make a meal for a few people. I don't mind cooking, and it keeps me busy. More hands in the kitchen could help, but it would also make it crowded." "Am I making it crowded?" "No, I enjoy your company. You remind me of my daughter. This is also something to keep you occupied until you get used to the pack and figure out what you want to do." Before Talia could respond, Stephanie asked, "Do you have plans for the afternoon?" Talia nodded. "Maya will show me around." Stephanie pursed her lips. "That might need to wait. A pipe burst in one of the community buildings and they have water damage. Caden is dealing with what needs fixing, and Maya is resettling Omegas who are impacted." "Oh." A disappointed sound left Talia's lips. She really looked forward to spending time with Maya. Stephanie smiled sympathetically. "I'm sorry. I would give you company, but I need to deliver lunches, and then I'm busy with personal matters until dinner time. I will tell Maya to find you as soon as she can." No. Maya has important things to do, and walking around with me isn't a big deal. We can do that any other day. Dr. Travis gave me a book to read, and I will do that. I just wish that I could be of more help. I feel that I'm getting food and a place to stay, and I'm not doing much." Stephanie got an idea. "You can help me with delivering lunches. Since you're not familiar with the area, you can't take food to Caden and Maya who are out, but you can take it to Alpha Damon. He's in his study." "Come in," Damon called when he heard a knock on the door. The moment the door opened, Damon picked up the scent of pepperonis and Canadian bacon, and he knew it meant food. "Put it on my desk, Steph." Damon spoke without lifting his head from the documents. He didn't hear steps approaching him, and he felt surprised to hear a light clink of a plate on his desk. Damon looked up in surprise. "Talia?" "Sorry to disturb you." She took a step back. "I only brought you lunch. Please, continue." His eyes landed on Talia's hand, which held a sandwich wrapped in a napkin. "Wait!" Since they returned from the pack hospital, Damon busied himself with documents while trying to finish his work as soon as possible so that he could follow Talia and Maya during their tour. And now that Talia stood in front of him, how could he let her go? "Did you have your lunch?" Damon asked, even though he knew the answer. "Not yet. I will eat in my room." Talia gestured to the sandwich in her hand. "How about you join me?" She almost said that her plan involved eating while reading the book that Travis gave her, but then she realized that rejecting a meal with Damon for the reason of reading a book might get her into trouble. "Aren't you busy?" I can't work and eat. I would love your company. Damon gestured toward the sofa on the other side of his study. Talia gave him a tight smile and made her way to the sofa while resigning herself to having her sandwich in Damon's study. She reassured herself, "It's not a big deal. I will eat the sandwich quickly and leave." That would still give her a few hours to read the book before she needed to help Stephanie with dinner. "What will you drink?" Damon reached for some bottles in the mini-fridge. "Anything is fine." Damon got 2 sodas. Talia observed the room. One wall had built-in shelves with numerous books, 2 windows allowed ample light, and there hung one big portrait on the wall behind the executive desk where Damon sat previously. Between the windows stood filing cabinets, and above them hung a big map with a shaded area that Talia guessed represented the territory of the Dark Howlers pack. There also existed a fireplace with several photos on the mantel, but they sat too far away for Talia to see what they depicted. Talia observed the big portrait that showed a man and a woman, and Talia saw traces of Damon in both of them. The man stood tall and imposing, with dark brown hair and icy blue eyes, standing with his arm around the waist of a woman with long raven black hair and a set of warm chocolate-colored eyes. "My parents." Damon placed 1 soda in front of Talia. Talia only nodded in acknowledgement. She didn't know what to say, considering that she heard stories about how they were a lovely family and they perished too soon, leaving Damon behind. Damon acted bossy and overbearing, with an unstable personality, but Talia felt sorry for him. It seemed undeniable that Damon carried a lot of weight on his shoulders, and he lost the protection of 2 exceptional people who loved him. She felt confident that it weighed heavily on him. Talia lowered her gaze from the portrait and saw several stacks of documents on the desk and some scattered papers around the computer. Talia let out a long breath. "I feel guilty." Damon didn't get it. "About?" "You have so much work, yet you accompanied me to my appointment. Next time, I will go on my own." Damon had no intention of letting Talia go on her own. He wanted her in visual range, preferably in touching distance, and he realized that Talia felt indebted to him. Should he take advantage of that? Talia took a bite of her sandwich, thinking that Damon would say it wasn't a big deal and she shouldn't worry about it. That would represent a normal response. But Damon acted anything other than normal, and he had his own agenda. "Yes, I neglected my work because of you. How will you make it up to me?" Talia's chewing paused, and she stared at him in disbelief. "What's with that reaction?" Damon smiled teasingly. Talia's face flushed. Damon was too much. She collected herself before asking, "How can I make it up to you?" Damon shrugged. "You can help me with my work." "I have no idea what to do." Damon didn't think it seemed a big deal. "I will show you. What do you say?" "Do I have a choice?" Talia rolled her eyes to herself. Her lips twitched into a smile before she spoke. "Sure. As long as you tell me what to do, I will do my best to help you." Damon hummed in agreement and glanced down at the space between them. Talia followed his gaze, and her eyes widened when she saw his hand resting on the sofa, palm up, and his fingers wiggled. This time, she didn't ask anything. It involved just the 2 of them, and this confirmed that she ate a sandwich with the clingy Alpha Damon. Talia placed her hand in Damon's. Her fingers slipped between his, and even though no one could see them, she felt jittery in her stomach. Why did the atmosphere suddenly feel intimate? Or did that only exist in her head? Damon observed as Talia's blush increased, and he wondered what occupied her mind. He thought that she looked adorable. They ate in silence, and after cleaning their hands, the ones that held sandwiches, Damon got a box that rested on top of the filing cabinets and placed it on the coffee table. "Sort this mail into official correspondence and spam. From the official pile, separate the ones that are from alphas. If you're not sure, ask me. And if you can organize them into different categories based on topics, that will help me a lot." Talia looked at the envelopes. There were at least 100 envelopes. When did he last check his mail? How will I know what's official and what's not? Open it and check. Talia paused. Aren't some of these confidential? She felt certain that some things only alphas should know. Damon smiled a little. I trust you. Talia stared at Damon, who sat back at his desk, looking at the documents, and a warm and fuzzy feeling spread in her chest. People called her names. Some ignored her. Some bullied her. A few acted nice to her. But this marked the first time that someone said she seemed trustworthy. It felt like a big deal. It made her feel important.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.